Hi everybody, it's Chris again. Thanks for tuning in, I guess, for this episode of Dragon Ball Z Kai. Today we're going to be stuffing cash envelopes. Now, if you aren't familiar with this system, what it is designating cash, because you can designate money digitally, but it's not as tangible as cash is, but it's designating cash to specific areas of your life. And that looks different for everybody. But here. So my cash envelopes are categorized by food, hygiene, gasoline, appearance, rainy day fund, car maintenance, health, so like doctor's appointments. I have pet health, which are vet appointments for my animal. Fun, travel, tattoos and piercings, because I like those, so I set a separate envelope aside. And gifts, GIFTS, for Christmas and for birthdays. And I believe that Dave Ramsey is who either made this system popular or who thought of it. If you want to know for sure, research it. I really don't feel like doing that. But the purpose is to hurt your wallet physically every time you buy something. What I mean by that is your pockets are going to physically hurt when you give away cash versus when you hand somebody a card. And then, or you swipe it and then nothing happens. Now, of course, you could monitor your bank account every time you make a transaction, and then you'll be like, oh crap, how'd I go from 5,000 to 2,000 or 500 to 200 in a day? But it'll be too late by then. So you can do that, but with cash, and you'll feel the weight, the texture, everything. You'll feel your wallet get lighter as the day goes by if you're shopping, which encourages saving more than spending. But even if you do spend all your money, if you're playing your cards right, it's okay. How I do mine is I only take out a portion of my paycheck and designate money for these different categories. And I leave a portion to go into savings, and then the rest can stay, and I'll treat it like a savings. Well, it'll stay in my checking, and I can treat it like a savings, but I know I can spend it, but still visualize it as a savings and tell myself, okay, I don't want to go below X amount, so I can only spend Z amount, if that makes sense. And so far, so good. I noticed that every paycheck I stuff envelopes, I keep more in my savings account because I'm not spending with my card, I'm spending with cash. So the cash is disposable, and some of the checking account is disposable. The rest I just keep there and treat it like it's savings, because I don't want to go below a certain amount. Eventually, I want to get to the point where I am not below $3,000 ever. It's a long journey, but we're gonna get there. I gain at least it depends, honestly, on the week, because sometimes I need to go to the barber, or sometimes I'll impulsively make a tattoo appointment, and then I need to take out a little bit more money in cash for that appointment because I don't want to cancel on my artist. We all got moments of weakness. We all have different variables, because this is all variable. I don't stuff the same amount every week because I don't earn the same amount every paycheck. And this system is going to look different for everybody. I would highly recommend anyone to do this at any stage in life. I'm 19 years old with a part-time job. I'm a full-time student. I haven't moved out, and right now I'm taking classes from home. So, I don't even have to pay rent, but I'm still choosing to act like I pay something because I do have my own bills. Even if none of those bills are rent or a mortgage, I still have things to pay for, and I still have things that I want. And knowing this, I know I need to save money, and knowing that I need to save money, I know I need to be responsible as heck, you know, to be able to meet my goal. And nobody can really tell you what you need to do unless you have an accountant or some kind of advisor, or even like if you're younger, a parent, a guardian, or someone who's been through this before. No one can really tell you what you need. You just kind of have to assess the situation and judge for yourself. As for doing something like an envelope system, I would highly recommend. As I mentioned, every paycheck I set aside more and more money thanks to this, because I'm only spending cash. Like, my bank account does not get touched half the time unless I'm buying off of Amazon. And even that is done very frugally. And I'm kind of proud of being a cheapskate. Well, I'm not a total cheapskate. I believe in quality over quantity, you know. I'd rather buy something once that's really nice than buy it in high quantities or buy it a bunch of times because it's cheap and falls apart. And yeah, I'm no accountant, I'm no professional. I just turned 19 like a few months ago. I haven't lived for that long, but I've lived long enough to understand the importance of maximizing your time and energy. This only took me about, how much? 13 minutes to do. And now I can take my little food envelope or take the contents out and go grocery shopping. Well, what I do is, you'll see at the very end that I take the leftover amount, put it in the food envelope after counting it, and then after that I make my grocery list. Should I make a video on how I make grocery lists? Because it's nothing special. I just think about, okay, what do I want to cook for the week, and then figure out what coupons I need to bring. Speaking of, couponing is really hard, man. Like, the Catalina dispensers don't give me anything anymore. I remember there were times where I'd get so many coupons, but then they'd either be thrown away or end up expiring very soon because I just didn't use them, because a lot of what I used, or a lot of what I bought was not what was couponed. But, you know, I guess you have to wait for opportune time, or I really don't know. I have a lot to learn about couponing, but it's something I'd like to try. I have a little $3 off coupon that I'm gonna redeem next time I go grocery shopping, which should be soon. Because the $3 make a difference, man. That's like a fourth of an hour of work for me. So it's decent, you know? But you're already watching me count money and everything, so let's take our mind off of money and talk about something else. Go ahead and talk about something stressful, why not? School. How is it going for you guys if you're in school? This is my second year of university, and during COVID era, like oh man, it's crazy. I think I'm doing okay. I think it's hard to really tell because deadlines are very inconsistent, so it's hard to tell which deadline is the correct one for two of my classes. And then another class I keep doing really badly on the homework, but somehow have a high B. I think it's because I do well on the exams. That's crazy, because you'd think the homework would help you do the exam, and doing badly on the homework means you do badly on the exam, but I guess this is not one of those classes. And then I have an asynchronous class, which is a class that you do on your own with no teacher guidance. I just watch lectures, take notes, and then take the exams at your own time. You know, they're due at certain days, and you have until then. And that's the class I have an A in, definitely. Every other class is just, grades are not finalized, so there's no way of telling. And I'm kind of stressing. And I have one class where not a single assignment has been put into gradebook. So I'm not freaking out, just, oh man, can you please just let me know if I'm doing the homework correctly or not? Maybe I should send the professor an email, because I did before, asking how to submit a certain type of assignment, and I figured it out eventually. I totally overlooked the submit button. That's all it was. And sometimes that's all you really need to do. Take a step back, look at the bigger picture, and then point out whatever detail it is that you needed to find. So I started to do stock for my job too, and there's no customer, so you're allowed to listen to music and whatnot. And I started this podcast called the Duncan Trussell Family Hour. And if you've never heard of the Midnight Gospel, I would highly recommend you watch it. Yeah, it's a great podcast, and I highly recommend that you listen to it. Also, can we please, acknowledge how great lip tints are? I just bought a new lip tint by Burt's Bees, and oh my gosh, my lips, it stops my lips from being crusty and gives it a nice cute pink color. Are you kidding me? That's great. I don't know why I never bought any before, but just it's the truth. I'm dumbfounded why I never bought lip tint before. But I also never started carrying a purse up until now, except for when I was a little kid and just copied my mom, because that's what kids do. Speaking of, I think I'm going to do a what's in my bag video next. If you have any recommendations on what I should do, leave it in the comments. Please feel free to do that, because I'm still thinking of a niche, and up until then it's just going to be random stuff that I enjoy, and I enjoy organization, so you're going to see lots of sorting, lots of hauls, and the occasional video game gameplay, from me at least. And I really hope you enjoy my content. Yeah, and if you don't, that's okay. You know, to each their own. As long as you're not being a dick, I could care less. Now, the video is ending, so please like and subscribe if you enjoyed my content. I hope to see you next time. Please have a great day. See ya.